Sex and orgasm, exploring the difference between a karmic sexual partner and a soulmate. In the realm of human relationships, few topics stir as much fascination, confusion, and emotional intensity as sex and love. When layered with spiritual concepts like karma and soul connections, the discussion becomes even more profound and complex. This article explores the intriguing intersection of karma, sex, and orgasm, focusing on the important distinction between a karmic sexual partner and a soulmate. Understanding this difference can illuminate your relationships, helping you navigate love, desire, and personal growth more consciously. Understanding karma in relationships. Before diving into sexual dynamics and soulmate connections, it's essential to understand karma itself. Karma is a Sanskrit word meaning action or deed. In spiritual philosophy, particularly in Hinduism and Buddhism, karma refers to the law of cause and effect. Every action generates consequences, whether in this life or future lives. It's often simplified as what you put out comes back to you. In relationships, karma means that the bonds and experiences you share with others are influenced by actions, agreements, and lessons from past lives or past experiences. Some relationships feel intense and challenging because they're karmic. They're about growth, healing, or balancing unresolved issues. Karmic relationships. A karmic relationship is one where two souls have unfinished business. These relationships tend to be passionate, often turbulent, and sometimes toxic. They push you toward growth by confronting unresolved wounds, insecurities, or patterns. In karmic relationships, sexual energy is usually intense and magnetic but can also be complicated by emotional baggage or karmic debts. The connection serves as a catalyst for learning and transformation, not necessarily for long-term harmony or bliss. The spiritual significance of sex and orgasm. Sex, from a spiritual perspective, is far more than a physical act. It's an exchange of energy, a sacred union between two beings. This view is central in tantric and other spiritual traditions where sexual energy is seen as a powerful force capable of healing, awakening, and deep connection. Sex as energy exchange. When two people engage in sexual intimacy, they exchange emotional, physical, and spiritual energies. The quality of this exchange influences how the relationship evolves. Sex can be a form of communication, an expression of love, or a healing practice. However, it can also stir unresolved karma, emotional wounds, or imbalances if the relationship is karmic. Orgasm and energy release. Orgasm is often described as an energetic release. It is not just physical pleasure but a profound state of union where energy flows freely, potentially catalyzing spiritual awakening or deeper emotional bonding. In spiritual practices like Tantra, orgasm can be used intentionally to raise consciousness and channel sexual energy into spiritual growth rather than just physical satisfaction. What is a karmic sexual partner? A karmic sexual partner is someone you connect with on a deep, often intense level due to unresolved karma. This person might trigger you, challenge you, or bring unresolved emotional patterns to the surface. Characteristics of a karmic sexual partner. Magnetic and intense attraction. The pull toward each other feels powerful and sometimes overwhelming. Emotional turbulence. The relationship may have highs and lows, confusion, or repeated patterns of conflict and reconciliation. Lessons and growth. These relationships teach important lessons about boundaries, self-love, forgiveness, or release of old wounds. Not necessarily long-term. Karmic sexual partners often come into your life for a season, serving a specific purpose. Sexual energy as a trigger. Sexual intimacy with a karmic partner can awaken old wounds, unresolved fears, or dependency issues. Why do karmic sexual relationships happen? From a karmic perspective, these relationships exist to balance past debts or clear unresolved emotional karma. You may be attracted to this person because your souls are linked through shared past experiences where lessons remain unfinished. While such relationships can feel passionate and transformative, they often require conscious effort to break patterns, heal wounds, and avoid destructive cycles. What is a soulmate? The concept of a soulmate is widely romanticized but also holds deep spiritual meaning. A soulmate is a person whose soul resonates closely with yours. This connection is usually harmonious, supportive, and deeply fulfilling on multiple levels: emotional, spiritual, and sometimes physical. Characteristics of a soulmate: deep, effortless connection. There's a natural ease and mutual understanding between you. Emotional safety and trust. You feel safe to be vulnerable and authentic. Growth through love. The relationship supports both partners' spiritual growth and well-being. Long-term potential. Soulmate connections often last or evolve in meaningful ways, transcending challenges. Sexual intimacy as sacred union. Sex with a soulmate often feels loving, respectful, and deeply connected rather than just physical. Different types of soulmates. It's important to note that not all soulmates are romantic or sexual partners. Soulmates can be friends, family members, teachers, or guides. When it comes to romantic or sexual soulmates, the connection blends passion with deep emotional and spiritual compatibility.
Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this.
Karmic sexual partner versus soulmate. What's the difference? The confusion between karmic sexual partners and soulmates is common, especially when intense passion blurs the lines between love and karma. Here's a breakdown of key differences. Aspect: karmic sexual partner. Soulmate. Nature of connection: intense, often turbulent, tied to past karma. Deep, harmonious, supportive, and balanced. Purpose: to teach lessons, heal wounds, clear karma. To grow together, support, and love. Emotional dynamics: may involve conflict, dependency, or emotional pain. Generally peaceful, trusting, and safe. Sexual experience: passionate but sometimes confusing or draining. Loving, respectful, and spiritually connected. Longevity: often temporary or seasonal. Usually long-term or soul-deep. Energy exchange: may trigger old patterns, imbalances. Encourages healing and mutual upliftment. Aftermath: can leave emotional residue or lessons to integrate. Leaves a sense of completion, love, and growth. Navigating karmic sexual relationships. If you find yourself in a karmic sexual relationship, it's important to approach it with awareness. 1. Recognize the pattern. Understanding that the relationship is karmic helps reduce frustration or confusion. It's about learning, not necessarily long-term happiness. 2. Set boundaries. Karmic relationships can become emotionally exhausting. Clear boundaries protect your energy and help maintain balance. 3. Focus on healing. Use the relationship as a mirror for personal growth. Work on healing emotional wounds, trauma, and patterns. 4. Practice self-love. Don't lose yourself trying to fix or change the other person. Your growth comes first. 5. Release when ready. Sometimes karmic partners come into your life for a season. When lessons are learned, letting go allows you to move on to healthier relationships. Cultivating a soulmate relationship. Soulmate connections thrive on conscious love and mutual respect. 1. Build emotional safety. Be open, vulnerable, and honest. Trust is the foundation. 2. Communicate clearly. Healthy communication deepens connection and resolves conflicts constructively. 3. Honor each other's growth. Support your partner's path and growth without trying to control or change them. 4. Nurture spiritual connection. Engage in shared spiritual practices or mindful intimacy to deepen the bond. 5. Celebrate sexual union. Sexuality with a soulmate is sacred and pleasurable, a loving exchange rather than a need-driven act. The role of orgasm in karmic versus soulmate relationships. Orgasm is a powerful energetic event, and its quality and impact can vary depending on the nature of your relationship. In karmic relationships, orgasm can sometimes feel intense but also leave emotional confusion or imbalance. The energy may awaken unresolved emotions or old wounds. In soulmate relationships, orgasm tends to feel more harmonious, loving, and spiritually uplifting. It's a natural expression of union and intimacy, supporting mutual healing and joy. Tantric and sacred sexuality practices encourage partners to view orgasm as part of a broader energetic and emotional connection, rather than a mere physical release. Can a karmic sexual partner become a soulmate? Yes, it's possible but rare and requires deep healing and conscious evolution. Some karmic partners come into our lives initially to challenge us but evolve into supportive, loving soulmates over time as old patterns dissolve and new levels of respect and understanding arise. Conclusion: embracing awareness in love and sex. Karma, sex, and orgasm are interconnected facets of human experience that reflect our deepest spiritual journeys. Understanding the difference between karmic sexual partners and soulmates empowers you to navigate your relationships with clarity and compassion. Karmic sexual partners teach tough but valuable lessons. They bring intensity and challenge that help release old karma. Soulmates offer loving companionship and spiritual partnership, where sex and orgasm become sacred celebrations of union. By embracing this awareness, you can make conscious choices that honor your soul's growth, your emotional health, and your capacity for love, transforming relationships into vehicles for healing and joy.
Unlock positive energy with our Karma subscription. Join daily mindful practices, attract good vibes, and transform your life through gratitude, intention, and kindness. Subscribe now to elevate your spiritual journey.